Hey, what's up? What's up, friends? Want to shoot a video on the UMX A-10. Get it mixed up with the J-10. There's the J-10. Just wanted to do some video on the mods that I made. Some simple modifications. Really just some detail work to this thing. When you buy it, the canopy on it comes clear. So I just take it right off and shot it with some window tint. Just testers. Oh, it's this can here. And I also use this window tint to put some scale details on the jet. So like I said, I just went ahead and pulled off the canopy and shot it with window tint to tint it down a little, give it a more scale look. Then once I got it to the dark like I wanted it, I just stuck it back on and then shot the rest of the plane. Same can. I also took and blacked out the rear of the exhaust. Like I said, it just gives it a more scale look. It's too clean when you get them out of the box. When I'm done with this jet, I mean, once it gets enough hanger rash, or if it ends up crashing, I'm going to go ahead and build something else out of it. I'll just tear it apart and take the two micro EDFs and make something of my own out of it. The power on these is pretty good with the two 28mm EDFs on it. Then I'm just running a 800 milliamp 2-cell. But yeah, I always wanted to design something with dual micro EDF. Like here I got the micro J-10 that I built. And I build these using the electronics out of the UMX Micro F-16. So it's got AS3X. Thing flies awesome. Matter of fact, here's the electronics out of another UMX Micro F-16. I got these off RC groups. I'm gonna go ahead and do another design. And for any of the plans, I got plans for this Micro J-10. I also got plans for the Micro J-3 Cub. There's a Micro Cub that I built, and it's based off the UMX J-3 Cub. And that one runs off a 2-cell. And my UMX J-3 Cub, I went and added some flaps on it. Some bigger tires. Here's another J-3 Cub that I'm building. Now, while I'm at it, I never got around to doing a part 3 on putting the plans together. There's where I finished off on part 2, what I had showed you. But there wasn't much more to a part 3. Life kind of caught up on me here, and I'm raising 2 daughters. I just never got around to putting a part 3 together, but I'll get it on there. But here was the finished J-3 Cub. And as you can see, I just clear taped the back of the wing, and then I make it to where it folds up with the electronics down in there. And those are the UMX J-3 Cub electronics. Yeah, and then I have another clear piece of tape. I went ahead and clear taped all this, and then I usually just I'll load my battery in through the top down there in the nose, fold her down and put a little clear piece of Scotch tape. I just didn't want to cut no hatches in the bottom and wanted to keep it scale looking. Some other stuff I was working on anyway. There's my Align Trex 450. I just got done doing a video on showing you how to install the fuselage in there, or the airframe into the fuselage. And I also got a 5-bladed, or actually it's a 4-bladed fan. I end up sticking that on there. My Trex 500. This was the 80mm bat wing that I was building. I just call it 80mm because it uses an 80mm ducted fan. It's also going to have retracts on it. There's my Red Baron. For plans on any of these planes, just go to my YouTube channel main page, homepage, and there's a link for getting plans on like the Red Baron there. It's all foam board built. I have plans for a 70mm version of this jet. This is my bat wing that I built. It's all built out of just Elmer's black foam board. This runs a 69mm Dr. Mad 6-cell it runs on. Thing's a monster. Try to get your bottom view. As you can see, it's got retracts on it. Everything folds up real nice into the wings. I think it's got a 10-bladed fan. Got a video on my YouTube channel of that one flying around. There's my SE-5A. Beautiful plane to fly. There's another scratch build. It's like I designed it to be like a stealth drone, so it didn't have a cockpit, because I know the Air Force and all that, they're switching over to all that stealth drone stuff. So there ain't, you know, it's going to be pilotless aircraft. I also got retracts on that one, and I designed the wings like a biplane. As you can see, there's 2 wings, top and bottom. UMX J-3 Cub. Pawnee. This plane's awesome, lights up at night. Thing's too cool. There's my timber. I was just going to show you some of the things I had going on. So again, for plans for any of the micro planes and jets, just go to my main page, YouTube channel, and click on the link, foamconceptjets.com. Also, for any of you guys that are into building the RC aircraft, I would suggest getting one of these books. The Smithsonian Aircraft, The Definitive Visual History. And this thing's got every plane and jet they've built. Cool book. Alright, so anyway guys, there's my J-10. I also took a fine black marker Sharpie. This is a fine tip one. And I went ahead and did all the detail lines on the plane. There's already an indentment on all of them, so you can Sharpie them right in. I'm still working on the nose. Still got to do all these lines. And it just brings out some nice detail. Like there, I was working on the ducted fan units. I went ahead and used some primer black near the rear of the jet to make it look like you had some afterburner dust back there. Give it that burnt look. But alright, I'll get you guys some videos, get some more builds going, put some more plans out. Alright, over and out.